Hello everyone. Our topic today is about genetics. What are genetics? How does it form us? What's the importance of genetics? We will covering these topics soon. Let's start by genes. They are small parts of DNA double helix, coiled and compressed into cells of living organisms, from the smallest bacteria to the largest whale. Genes are hereditary from parents to their offspring. One offspring takes half of the genetics of each parent. To produce a new random characteristic, these characteristics shuffle throughout generation. But sometimes, mixing up genes can cause problems, such as hereditary diseases, deformities, and autoimmune diseases. Scientists developed what we can call genome editing. Before, the scientists used bacteria to modify genes and introduce new traits to different cells of organisms. A gene we can call recombinant DNA. Today, technology improved the new way of editing genes, much easier and much cheaper. CRISPR technology offered quick and expensive way to genome editing by tricking cells to edit DNA as anyone liked. First, a protein called guide RNA, along with Cas9, will cut any region of the DNA double helix, exactly 20 sequences. Then, scientists would design RNA model of 20 sequences that would be introduced later to the cell. Cutting DNA will trigger the cell defense mechanisms to repair the damage by two methods. One would be gluing the DNA back, and that results in errors. The gene could be disrupted. 2 is replacing the missing piece with another set of sequence. To introduce the desired sequence, the cell is tricked and accepts the designed sequence. CRISPR received great media coverage and encouraged scientists to know more, whether the public will accept this idea or not, whether it's ethical or not. It found acceptance and objections. On one hand, supporters found it as a new pathway to cure fatal types of cancer, or seek new therapy for HIV, or even eliminate hereditary incurable diseases. As for the animals, it would increase their immune system and provide them longer lifetime. Moreover, it will increase cattle production and benefit the farmers in addition to the meat industry. For the plants, it will promote their herbicide resistance, pest immunity, along with longer life duration. It will improve the quality of economical produces such as cotton, wheat, and maize. It will ensure larger sizes of fruit and maintain their tasty flavors, cutting off expensive fertilizers and increase quantity of crops. But what about objections? Opposers claim that CRISPR doesn't go by the code of ethics nor agree with religious beliefs. The idea of altering characteristics gives the mere human a glorified role, as if human can play God. Changing the course of nature by the desires of the human was met by anger and despise. Why wouldn't we accept our fates instead of changing it? Another controversial issue was the idea of designer babies. This term indicates genetically modifying babies to achieve desired traits regarding appearance. But this method proved to show invalid sequences of DNA in the next generation, causing serious problems. That also happened in the animals world. Designer pets is mixing up breeds to achieve more attracting and desirable domestic pets. But later, fatal diseases and genetic errors were discovered too. What about genetically modified food? Is it safe to be consumed? Some people believe that genetically modified food have more potential to trigger allergic reactions. This is because they maintain genes from an allergen, a food that prompts an allergic reaction. The World Health Organization WHO discourage genetic engineers from using DNA from allergens, unless they can prove that the gene itself does not cause the problem. Some researchers believe that eating genetically modified foods can contribute to the development of cancer. They argue that because the disease is caused by mutations in DNA, it is dangerous to introduce new genes into the body. Genetic modification, which can boost a crop resistance to disease or make it more tolerant to herbicides, could affect the ability of people to defend against illness, which means antibiotic resistance. There is growing concern globally that people are becoming increasingly resistant to antibiotics. There is a chance that genetically modified foods could be contributing to this crisis. At the end, everything genetically modified is under further tests and experiments. There is a long journey for researchers to solve the problem facing it, but it's not yet impossible. Thank you for watching my video.